And then we have another bug type in form of Mega Heracross. And it has this absurd 185 base attack. But its speed got lowered by 10 hit points. It did gain some bulk. But I think the speed is what definitely hurts Heracross. And of course the fact that it cannot be using a Choice Scarf is another thing that really hurts it. Because, you know, of course in the past Heracross has seen mostly as a Choice Scarf user with Moxie. But this Mega Heracross mainly it performs a role of like a hard-hitting wall breaker, and with the skill link ability, I think some of the moves that it gains, as far as I know, are at least new, because now at least it has access to in Generation 6. The moves that it does have access to that go well with the skill link ability are Arm Thrust, Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and then there was whatchamacallit. There was at least one more. So Rock Blast and Bullet Seed and Arm Thrust, and then the bug type move, which was Pin Missile, one that's quite many bug types do get. And I believe the Pin Missile also got buffed up in its base power in this generation. So it can be using all of those moves with skill link and 185 base attack, which is really absurd. But again, it's not going to be using any kind of boosting item. So the best thing it can do is really just wall breaking, which just really hurts Mega Heracross. But if you want to have a powerful bug fighting type to do some wall breaking for your team, Mega Heracross could be your choice. And then we got Mega Houndoom, which has solar power, so you could be using it in the sun, but then again, there's no perma weather, so it kind of sucks for it. But it does have higher speed than usual and higher special attack, so that's pretty cool. But honestly, like, not really a fan of Mega Houndoom, and I kind of feel like Mega Heracross and Mega Houndoom are kind of like the mediocre ones out of the Mega Evolutions. They are definitely not the top tier Pokemon, but I guess they do have some potential, and the speed boost is definitely nice for the good old Houndoom here. But yeah, I don't have too much to say. Let's just try to move on quickly to the next one. We got Mega Tyranitar, still has the ever so useful Sandstream ability, has 164 base attack, and its speed is also higher, so something like Rock Polish or Dragon Dance said could potentially be pulled off better on Mega Tyranitar as opposed to the regular one. Well, Rock Polish has never been that common, but I guess Dragon Dancing might be decently. I've been actually trying this out, but you know, it's still not the fastest thing with only after like one Dragon Dance. But you know, it's something better than the original Tyranitar has when it comes to speed. And yeah, the defense is definitely higher than the old Tyranitar has, but of course you cannot be using leftovers with this new bulk, which kind of hurts it, but definitely a hard-hitting Pokemon, much like Metagross. It might be able to do some wall breaking better than usual. Then again, you can't be using like choice items and stuff like that, but I think the speed does give at least some sort of boost to Tyranitar. Like, it's 10 base speed more, I do believe, yes. 61 was the original T-Tar, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying out a Dragon Dancing set a bit more with this new Mega T-Tar. And then, of course, we got Mega Blaziken. This is something that a lot of people were worried about. I was too, although now it's easily kind of like hard countered by Talonflame, because it can switch into Dual Stab and just roost off, and Mega Blaziken usually doesn't carry Stone Edge, although people may start doing it, but if you do that, then it kind of loses either Sword Stance or Protect, which you don't really want to have, so there is that. But the nice thing about Mega Blaziken is that it's faster than the original one. I believe it was base 80 and this one is base 100, and base 100 speed is definitely nice, because now it can be outspeeding certain Pokemon after one base speed that it otherwise couldn't in the past. And now it doesn't need to worry about the Life Orb Recall yet. It still has it still gains this high attack boost in the Mega Evolution form. So definitely something, in a way, it's better than the original Blaziken. even without boosting item, because it has that higher speed, which means it's going to be outspeeding things that it couldn't in the past, like I said. But yeah, it does get to keep the awesome speed boost, and that is definitely nice for the Mega Blaziken. And then we got Mega Gardevoir. Honestly, not too many things to say about this thing. It's about to get married. I think it's faster, higher special attack, definitely. And it has the Pixelate ability. I think the only good move that it gets with it is Hyper Voice, which you need to export from a previous generation games once we get access to the Pokemon Bank in December. And, you know, Hyper Voice, of course, is able to hit through substitutes, so that is kind of nice for it. But yeah, I guess this would be a decent wall-breaking special attacker. But, you know, of course you cannot Scarf it or anything, so that again kind of sucks. But honestly, like, not too hyped about Mega Gardevoir. You know, you got something like Mega Gengar and Mega Alakazam that are gonna be your main choices pretty much when it comes to special attacking Mega Pokemon. But anyways, next we got Mega Mawile, and this is definitely a great addition, because Mawile was always like, it was just a random steel type that got lost in the mix, and it was a standalone Pokemon that was just, you know, sitting there, didn't have anything going on for itself, and now it has gained Fairy typing first of all. Regular Mawile is also Fairy type, and it also gained this awesome Mega Evolution coupled with huge power, and it's just an awesome combination that you send out Mawile, you have Intimidate on it, and then you can just force your opponents to switch out in most of these situations. Then you can just Mega Evolve and go for the Sword Stance and get your attack sky high. You got 105 base attack coupled with huge power and Sword Stance. Then you can have like Iron Head and Play Rough, and I guess Sucker Punch there to make that pretty much the... I think that's one of the best sets that you can honestly run on Mega Mawile. Maybe get rid of Iron Head for some sort of different coverage move, perhaps. But with Sucker Punch, you can kind of bypass the problem that Mega Mawile has with its speed. But just huge power makes this thing a tremendous wall breaker, and it's definitely a great thing. I'm really a fan of Mega Mawile because, yeah, like I said, Mawile didn't have anything really going on in the past, and now it has reason to be in the meta game, and I think it has one of the highest attacks in the entire game, if not the highest of them all, considering the huge power when you tip that with the 105 base attack. That thing is just simply hitting like a truck. It's extremely dangerous. And then we got Mega Aggron, which is a pure steel type. Gotta say, defensively, rock and steel not the greatest typing, because it's 4 times weak to ground and fighting, which are really common moves in the in all the meta games pretty much. So now it's a pure steel type, has the filter ability, which weakens the power of super effective moves. I think Mr. Mime may have it, I think, and a few other obscure Pokemon. But 230 base defense coupled with 140 attack is this is, I don't know, Mega Aggron, like, it still doesn't have too many things going on for itself. Like, it's still really slow, so it's using some sort of boosting move like Automize or Auto Demise or Rock Polish is still not really the best idea. And, you know, now it does lose the secondary stab move, which was, you know, Rock was, it's a good typing like offensively, and, you know, it could use that head smash coupled with Rock Head in the past, and now it's not really that good of an idea, but can definitely be used as, you know, a bulky Pokemon that is able to retaliate really hard. But it's like, it's I don't know, I don't really have too many things to say about the Mega Aggron. Not honestly one of my favorites, like, as compared to something like Mega Mawile here. And then we got Mega Medicham that also has, well, it doesn't have, because this thing has huge power, this thing has pure power, but it does have base 100 attack, so Mega Mawile is still more powerful than Mega Medicham, and Mega Medicham is a tad bit faster, but of course you cannot scarf this thing, because in the past Medicham was great with Choice Scarf and huge power, which compensated for its mediocre speed. Or it wasn't really something you could consider mediocre. It was good, but it just wasn't great. And now its speed, like, I think it's, well, it's not great, but it's better than it was in the past. Yeah, of course now you cannot scarf it, but this thing is definitely gonna be, again, hitting like a truck, much like a Mega Mawile. There isn't too big of a difference between the pace powers and, of course, the huge power. And you got like fighting, psychic, and you got the elemental punches, so you can have great coverage on Mega Medicham. And with this sky high attack, this Pokemon it's gonna be really difficult to switch into this thing, because like something like Lightscore gets destroyed by Ice Punch and stuff like that. So definitely gonna be a dangerous wall breaker for sure. And then we got Mega Manectric, and gotta say, I'm not. First off, this design of Mega Manectric is just kind of, I don't know, it's, in my opinion, it's like horrible. It's like they took the original Mega Manectric and they put it to Photoshop, and then they just kind of stretched it around, and then that's Mega Manectric. It's like it's just so weird, because it's like those lightning spikes coming out of everywhere, and they fill the Mega Manectric, and it's hard to see its original design. Now it's just this horrible pile of spikes. Looks like cousin it's going like punk or something. I don't know. But it does have a greater speed and special attack in 135 both, and I think some higher defenses as well, coupled with the Intimidate. So I don't know, like, if you have regular Manectric with something like Specs, I think it's still gonna be more powerful than this one. And then of course you kind of scarf this thing. So like, it does have Intimidate to lower your opponent's physical attack, which is, Intimidate is always a useful ability. So that's kind of nice, but honestly, in my opinion, not the best Mega Evolution again, and it's kind of still just mediocre. And 135, when you have something like 100 coupled with huge power and all the other power creeps we have had in the past, compared to them, Mega Manectric is kind of mediocre. But coupled with its great speed, it can outspeed things that it normally couldn't under normal circumstances. Of course, without the scarf, but yeah, still kind of one of the mediocre ones. But then we got Mega Banette here, and that thing has 165 base attack. Gotta say, coupled with the Stab Shadow Sneak, that thing hits relatively harder than Aegislash, in fact. But I think it also, does it get Sword Dance? I think it should. I guess I could always check. If I go to the Banette's page, can I search for Sword Stance? Can I find it? No, it does not. Yeah, it does not have access to Sword Stance. I don't know what I was really thinking, but I haven't really used like Banette really ever, so I didn't really know. So I thought I might as well check, but. It's kind of a shame that it has Prankster ability, so, well, in a sense it's nice that it can abuse Priority Will-O-Wisp, so that's definitely a thing going for it. But then again, would it be nice to have some sort of attack boosting new item, because it's not really the bulkiest thing. 75 defense, 83 special defense, 64 HP still. I think all the Mega Pokemon retain their HP stat, because I guess it would kind of be weird if their HP bar would kind of like flip over during the battle when they Mega Evolve. I don't know. Anyways, rambling, moving on, but it does have, 165 attack is great, coupled with the Shadow Sneak, and the Priority will always be kind of nice, but unlike something like Sableye, I don't think Banette gets recovered or anything, so it cannot really abuse its well, it doesn't really have any bulk to begin with, so I cannot really abuse it too well with the Prankster that is seen as a great ability for all the defensive Pokemon. But I guess Priority Willow is kind of nice. You can burn some physical attackers, then start hitting them hard with something like Shadow Sneak, Shadow Claw, and maybe some sort of coverage move. Does it even get like Brick Break? What does this thing like get for good moves? Like seriously, I really gotta check here. So far, not seeing like any fighting type moves. There's Payback, which is physical. There's the Willow, which I was talking about for support, which is good. You always have Return, I guess. Sucker Punch, another priority move, which is, you know, kind of nice, but its physical move pool is just not that great, really, which kind of sucks for it. It has high attack, but not really the best coverage moves around to abuse this new attack with. So kind of a mediocre Mega Pokemon. It has a few gimmicky uses with Priority Willow, but yeah, that's about it. Then we got Mega Absol. Has higher speed, 115, and also 150 attack, which is definitely a great thing for it. Coupled with Magic Bounce, which means that you can be bouncing those Delphox and all sorts of support moves. Also means that it cannot be burned with Will-O-Wisp, because that will be bounced back. It cannot be Thunder Waved. So definitely on frail, hard hitting. This is really something that you can call a Glass Cannon. So on Glass Cannon Pokemon such as Mega Absol, definitely, you know, in that sense, a wonderful ability, so that it cannot be crippled by all those support moves, and it still has, you know, access to Swords Dance. Also, I think it gets like Play Rough. Yeah, it does, because I faced one on Showdown when I was playing some Showdown earlier. So there is that option, and but yeah, definitely some sort of. Let's see. What does Mega Absol get for coverage? I must see. Does it get any good fighting type moves? That is my question. There's only Detect I'm seeing so far. Like, does it get like Brick Break? That would be like pretty decent, but I don't think, because it doesn't have like Karate Chopping Hands. It does have Rock Smash. Well, that kind of sucks for it, but you know, still it's gonna be. I don't really know what. I have been playing RU a lot, but I haven't really used like Absol there back in the previous generation. But of course, it's known for its Sucker Punch, which it could potentially switch out for like Night Slash, because it's now like super fast and has that high attack. But Magic Bounce still a really nice ability for it. So you know, it cannot be crippled with all those support moves. And now it's faster. It can just run Night Slash, Sword Stance, I guess Play Rough, then a coverage move of choice, and yeah, you're good to go. But still considered, at least compared to Mega Banette, in my eyes, this thing is a lot better. But then we got the last ones remaining here. We got Mega Garchomp with whopping 170 base attack, although its speed did get lowered, as it has been noted in the past. So that is the biggest issue that Mega Garchomp has, and I think it also gains a bit more special attack, and I think a bit more bulk, at least on the physical side. So that's the thing, but definitely a dangerous wall breaker, and Dragon and ground coverage is really dangerous, and when you couple that with something like Fire Blast, you have a really dangerous wall breaker in your hands. And I think, like, compared to something like Mega Heracross, this thing is a lot more dangerous as a wall breaker. And of course, you know, Stone Edge is probably a good move on Mega Garchomp because of Togekiss, because otherwise it kind of you know, walls it. But definitely a dangerous wall breaker, but still, you know, you can use the good old Garchomp as a Choice Scarf user, and well, I guess Mega Garchomp would perform. You don't really need to. I don't think we're gonna see too many Choice Banded Garchomps with Mega Garchomp around. That's what I'm trying to get at. But of course, Garchomp still being faster, so that's the biggest setback that Mega Garchomp has, the speed lowering, but dangerous Wall Breaker with some great coverage moves for sure. Top tier, top tier. Then we got Mega Lucario here, which gained higher physical attack, and I think also higher special attack and higher speed. And this is definitely something that Mega Lucario appreciates over the regular one. And of course the adaptability, I believe the moves that do get boosted by adaptability, which would be, let's say, Close Combat and Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch is definitely something that you can use more often on Lucario or Mega Lucario now, because it does gain an adaptability boost. But those moves are basically coupled with the higher attack than the original Lucario has, and adaptability. Close Combat does hit harder than regular Lucario's Life Orb hits. But then the other coverage moves that Lucario gets that do not get boosted by adaptability, I believe they are still weaker than Mega Lucario's hits, because the Life Orb does still give you the greater boost, and that's the thing with a lot of the Pokemon that I was talking about today. That in Mega form they may gain higher attack, but the fact that they cannot be using boosting items doesn't necessarily make them as strong as you would think. But yeah, I already talked about that enough. But still, the speed is what makes Mega Lucario shine, really. Because in the past, the biggest setback of Lucario has been the speed. But now it is able to at least be faster than... well, now it's faster than like a regular Gengar, which is like 110. So you can outspeed like a lot of common 110 and 109 base speed Pokemon. Like 109 we would have like Infernape and all the legendary goats, or the Musketeers, like Terrakion, Virizion, Cobalion, and the little My Little Pony Pokemon, of course, Keldeo. So you're gonna be faster than those Pokemon, which is definitely great. And you can still use that Bullet Punch for the powerful priority move to outspeed some faster Pokemon, and with adaptability that has great power. And basically when you just Sword Dance and you use adaptability Close Combat, you destroy everything 5 times over if it's not a ghost. So that is the main appeal that Mega Lucario has, the higher base speed, and then the adaptability ability, which makes Mega Lucario really dangerous, top tier threat for sure. And then last but not least, well, maybe the least too, we got Mega Abomasnow. It does have higher attack and special attack, I believe, too, but then its speed is like super slow. But then again, the regular Abomasnow wasn't really too fast either. It does still keep the snow warning ability, but again, weather got nerfed, so we're gonna be seeing Hail even less than in the past, because it's not like Hail gained any new abilities that could take advantage of it, like I don't know, some sort of speed boosting, like Swift Swim or Sand Rush for the ice types would have been nice, but we have never gotten such abilities. So Hail, as it doesn't really get too many benefits, the greatest really is like Ice Body ability, but you can't even use that anymore because there's no Perma Hail. So it's gonna be even more situational, and the only thing, of course, is that you can like spam Blizzard for 5 turns, but again, with the weather nerf, I don't see Abomasnow in general, or Hail in general, being used in this generation really too much. And Abomasnow, like, it also does have higher defenses, but the grass ice typing defensively, like, it does have a niche, but still it's weak to a lot of common types like fire and fighting, for example, that you see everywhere. So, and steel also, which is now even better offensive typing, or at least Game Freak has done their best to buff it up by making the fairy type mechanics and everything. But yeah, Mega Abomasnow not really the greatest thing of all time. So yeah, on that note, I think I'm gonna conclude the episode. I'm probably gonna split this one into 2 parts, so hope you guys enjoyed. This was just kind of a random video again, with me just kind of skimming through the Mega Pokemon and giving my quick thoughts. But in the future, I could potentially do like a MPX edition episode on like pretty much. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all of them, but at least the ones that I feel like. Of course, you are free to suggest what would you like to see, and I will take that into consideration like in the past. And of course, you are free to suggest more topics that I should talk about, ask me questions and everything. Still planning on to making a possible Q&A episode for this series as well. So ask me questions if you feel like it, if you can, because Google Plus, it still sucks, but we'll have to deal with it, I guess, because Google, that's how Google operates. But that's gonna do out of me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time with something different, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace.